Okay, let us start that lecture of who can learn Sanskrit. Can I learn? Because people ask me, I want to begin from ground up level. I don't know anything. This is one category of people. Some people say, I don't know anything. I want to learn from the beginning, from the alphabets, and I want to understand all the Sanskrit scriptures, and I want to understand Bhagavad Gita. So some people are like that, of that category. They say, I know something, I want to learn Sanskrit scripture. Some people are of the category that I listen to different lectures in Sanskrit given by different Swamijis and different ashrama and different organizations. You find tons of lecture on different topics in Sanskrit in YouTube and in so many Swamiji sites like that. So some people, when they listen to such lectures, they want to get the deeper meaning and they want to learn the Sanskrit scriptures on their own. And some of the people say, I want to understand the Upanishad, the Vedanta part of the Veda, and what exactly is talked about, the Brahma Vidya or Atma Jnanam, like that. I want to learn that. And some people say that I already studied Sanskrit in school days, but it was long back. People of 50 years or 40 plus, who are all 40 plus now, they might have learned Sanskrit when they were 15 years in their school days. So naturally, some 25 years of gap, they forgot so many things, but they have some familiarity with the Sanskrit. And some people say, I don't know Sanskrit, but I know Devanagari script, the alphabets of Sanskrit. Can I learn it because I know alphabets? So, all these are the general questions I receive, and I feel that all these are having that interest or the curiosity to learn Sanskrit on our own. To learn something on our own is a pleasure. It's like you do cooking on your own and you enjoy the dish. It's a pleasure. You do gardening on your own, and when the flower blossoms in your garden, it is a pleasure. Like every act when we do on our own, we feel that pleasure. And this is called in Sanskrit Vidya Sukham. When you learn something and understand, you get some pleasure. That is called Vidya Sukham. And to get that, we will see what are all the approaches to be done. And what exactly we have to learn from Sanskrit. What is there to learn? Like that, the different topics, whatever available in Sanskrit for us to learn. Let me discuss those topics. It's a wide range of topics. So, in which area you want to master, which area you want to uh, take further steps to know something in deep. There are two types of learning. In my school days, I learned this deep, intensive study, wide, extensive study. Wide, extensive study may be required for someone who want to talk on a variety of topics but doesn't know anything in detail. He can talk on various topics. He can expose himself that I know so many things. But deep, intensive study will make you master in that particular subject, and that subject will influence in your day-to-day life. Because you are going more and more deep. When you deeply associate with anything, that will have surely influence on us. That inductive effect you will have. You meet with, good people, that is called Sajjana Sangam. When you are in the association of good people, naturally the inductive effect you will see. Similarly with bad people, similarly with those who are touring here and there, then you also get the inductive effect. You feel like going here and there. If you mix up with people who make money, thinking of making money all the time, then you also think of making money and you started doing that. So the inductive effect on us will be there when you have deep association with anything in this world. Okay. So deep intensive study, wide extensive study. So in Sanskrit, to do deep intensive study is lifelong process. It takes more time, and wide extensive study is initially required so that you get a big exposure on that playground, the total big playground like that. You need a wide exposure, then you can choose on a topic to study deeply on that particular topic. Okay. Many people also asked me that I want to learn Vedas. I want to understand Veda like that. What exactly is in Veda and who can study Veda? What is the method to study Veda? Like that, if you see, the Veda is to be studied by getting admitted into a Gurukulam only. You can't study it online, number one. Number two, you require 10 to 12 years of residential school. You can't go home, you can't have breaks, and it is not simply learning and understanding. It is started living according to the way the Veda is teaching us how to live. In fact, the whole matter, subject matter of Veda is a human, how he should live. That's all. The humans are classified into different categories of people, and all categories of people how to live like that only the Veda says. So the definition given for Veda is ishta praptihi anishta pariharaha. Ishta praptihi means getting what we want. Anishta pariharaha means getting rid of what we don't want. Yetayohu, of these two, alaukikam upayam. Upayam means some method, idea, plan. Laukika means this worldly way of doing something. Like the present way, how we are all living in this world. The whole world is turning towards merchandise, market, economy, finance. Like that, the whole world is turning. Every country, they want to show their GDP. If the GDP is growing, then the country is flourishing. Like that, that is the scale used nowadays. That is laukika. Alaukika means not laukika. So whatever is told in the Veda is not available in this worldly context or behavior or methods. These methods are not applicable. The methods employed in Veda is called alaukika upayam. Such a method is not there in our day-to-day life. The day-to-day life is according to the sciences, school admission, government rule like that. Now we are totally living in a different lifestyle. The Vedic way of lifestyle, if you do, that is called the alaukikam upayam. Yaha grantaha vedayati. That text, grantha in general, it means some scripture. That scripture which teaches us the method, the non-worldly method to get what we want and to get rid of what we don't want. Such a text is called Vedaha, Savedaha. Ishtapraptihi Anishtapariharah Yetayoh Alaukikam Upayam Yograntaha Vedayati Savedaha. Like that. So the very purpose of learning Veda is to live like that, not to understand that. Nowadays, people want simply to understand that and they want to live in whatever way they are living. So it is practically impossible to learn Veda in that method. Okay. And to learn Veda, we should be getting into the Gurukula at the age of 5 or 6 years, because most of the things you have to memorize, and you have to be tamed from the very young age, and you have to be taught the whole lifestyle. So when you already lived 40, 50 years in your way, and you developed your brain in your way, you can't now go into some other method of lifestyle. It will be totally very difficult. Okay. Then all the grantha, whatever we have in Sanskrit, they are all, almost all, they are based on this Vedic principles of life only. The Vedic principle of life is to get Purushartha. Purushartha means the purpose one should achieve in life. The purpose one should achieve in life is called Purushartha. The Purushartha are four in number: Dharmaha, Arthaha, Kama, Moksham. Moksha. Dharmartha Kama Mokshanam Upadesha Samanvitam Purvavritta Katha Yuktam Itihasam Prachakshate. Like that, there is a shloka which says all the itihasa of our country, that is Ramayana and Mahabharata, they are called the itihasa. Itihasam means it is the history of our country. It is not a mythological story. The people, they understand things differently, and they approach with those wrong understanding. When you approach something with presumed understanding, then you cannot get the real knowledge out of that. The Ramayana and Mahabharata is called the Itihasa of our country, and because it is a Vedic way of lifestyle, they have a different vision. Their science is totally different from this modern science. The modern science is trying to split to open everything and understand what is inside. This is our modern science. Everything you split to open and find out what is inside. But the Vedic science is not to split to open anything. It is to observe and understand, and the whole world. What is the very purpose of the whole world? And the entire world, how it functions. Like that, there is a vision. It is a visionary science. That visionary science is not something to split to open and to find out. It is to realize and understand. Something we should realize and understand. It is like when you touch fire, you get burned. That you'll have to realize and understand. You need not touch fire to learn that. So, the Vedic science, the entire Vedic scriptures, is having a science behind it. That science is the life science. It's not the material science or element science, like that, whatever modern way we are looking at. That is not the science. And that is not required also, because we are trying to learn something different. Okay. The entire Sanskrit text or the scriptures, they are divided into two parts or under two categories. One is called Vedic Sanskrit, another is called Classic Sanskrit. Vedic Sanskrit, I think a typing mistake I did. Vedic Sanskrit, Classic Sanskrit. Classic Sanskrit is other than Veda, right from Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranam, and all Shastram, Sutram, everything, they are called the Classic Sanskrit. Vedic Sanskrit is all the four Vedas. They are Vedic Sanskrit. Okay. Vaidika Sanskritam means Vedic related Sanskrit. See, we can't now go into school or the Gurukula. We are 40 plus or 50 plus now. So we are barred from such activity. And it is not possible also. Even if you attempt, it won't be possible to do it successfully. So what we can do is, in the Veda, there is some portions of the Veda that is called Vedanta. The Vedanta, they are teaching the normal family persons how to lead life. Even though we are not leading life in a Vedic style, we humans are now at present, we are leading life in a different style of life. So within this style, having understood that Vedanta part of the Veda, you can lead life and you can get the knowledge of Atma and Paramatma. That is called Vedanta Darshana. They are done using 10 Upanishads. Those 10 Upanishads, you can see in YouTube, many people are giving lectures and all. Because it is Vedic text, the way to understand this text is somewhat different from the way to understand classic text. So the 10 Upanishads out of some 108 Upanishads, so these 10 are very well known. And Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, and Madhvacharya, like that. So many gurus, they written explanatory commentary on this. So these are studied according to their directions and the guidance. Ishavasyopanishad, Kenopanishad, Katopanishad, Prashnopanishad, Mundakopanishad, Mandukyopanishad, Taittiriyopanishad, Brihadaranyukopanishad, Chandogyopanishad, Aitareyopanishad, like that. 10 Upanishads are for us to study, that we can study in the Vedic related matters. Then in the Laukika Sanskritam, in India, long back, maybe some 1,500, 2,000, like that, at that time itself, people were having a very good vision of life and how to lead life. They are all called Vaidika Darshanam, Avaidika Darshanam, or Astika Darshanam, Nastika Darshanam, like that. This all we can study, which will give us some uh, new perspective about life. So the darshana given by Charvaka, Buddha, Jaina, they are called Nastika Darshanam. Gautama Muni's Nyaya Darshanam, Kanada Muni's Vaisheshika Darshanam, Kapila Muni's Sankhya Darshanam, Patanjali's Yoga Darshanam, Jaimini Muni's Purva Mimamsa Darshanam, Badarayana Muni's Uttara Mimamsa Darshanam. These all 6 darshana, they are called Vaidika Darshana, and these are very essentials, first of all, to understand the basics of Vedanta. This darshana knowledge is essential. So many of these darshana, they are talked in Bhagavad Gita by Bhagavan Krishna. The very purpose of all these darshana is what is Atma, what is Jagat, what is Ishvaraha. The 3 basic things, how to understand. Atma, Jagat, Ishvara Jnanam, Uddeshaha. So, what should be the Uddesha of studying all these things is to understand what is Atma, what is Jagat, and what is Ishvara. By studying all these, you can't make business. Okay. Again, we have Puranams also, and we are having some 18 Purana. They are called Ashtadasha Puranani. And in Purana, whatever discussed in Veda, the same subject matter in a normal uh, uh, ordinary human's lifestyle. Like you have a family, children, you do some job, you make money, you become old. Like that, a normal family man or a family woman, how they lead life, and accordingly in those context, how to understand the information provided in Veda, so that you can get that dharmartha kama moksha, that purushartha, how to get that. They are discussed in Purana. There are so many stories also and so many advices also. Some of the stories may be very mysterious, unbelievable, like that. But how to interpret those stories, and what to get out of those stories. They all to be understood from some guru. Otherwise, when we learn on our own, we get some funny meaning, or we may just make fun out of all those stupidity like that. We may feel it, but it is not so. It is all having some meaning behind that. And mainly in Purana, what is available? Sargascha, Pradisargascha, Vamsho, Manvantarani cha, Sarveshveteshu Kathyante, Vamshanucharitam cha yat. Vamsha Charitam means the entire heredity of the kings and the entire different cycles of this world. All are discussed in Purana. Then in the Mahakavya, we have some 5 poetic compositions. They are called Laukika Samskritam. In that, some storyline and some uh, context is there. They are all taken mainly from Veda, Purana, and this Ramayana, Mahabharata, like that only. So these 5 Kavya, Raghuvamsham, Kumara Sambhavam, Kiratarjuniyam, Shishupalavadham, Naishadhiya Charitam. Even though they are poetic composed, they are not like Shakespeare's poem. These poems also, it teaches us the Purusharthas only. Dharmartha Kama Moksha. Then we have different Shastra Sahitya. Shastra means a scientific subject like physics, chemistry, maths, like that we have nowadays. They are all called Shastra. Alankara Shastram, it is also known as Kavya Shastram. Ganita Shastram, mathematics. Jyotisha Shastram, astrology. Ayurveda Shastram, that medicine. Shilpa Shastram, architecture. Kama Shastram, life science. Vastu Shastram, the way of constructions. Natya Shastram, the way of doing stage performance. Like that, various Shastrams are there. They all can be studied by us. Those who are now 40 plus, accepting the Veda from the Vedanta and all Purana, Itihasa, Shastra, everything we can study. They are all in the Laukika Samskritam. So it is easy to read and understand those language. And we have some sutra, Vyakarana Sutram, Yoga Sutram, Brahma Sutram, like that. They are all in a very compacted, encoded form, which are to be decrypted and they are to be explained by some teacher so that we can understand the meaning of that. So if you look at the overall Sanskrit text available, Veda and Vedanta, that is Upanishad, from the Vaidika Shastram, what we are supposed to learn for a person of this present day world, present day world lifestyle, whoever is having, especially 40 plus and all, Vedanta Darshanam we can study. The very purpose of Vedanta Darshanam is Grihasthanam Mukti Siddhyartam. So to get relieved from these family affairs, Shankara Ramanuja Madhvacharyaha, these 3 major acharyaha, they made some explanatory commentary on this Vedanta. So using that, we get a vision of our life. Then from the Laukika Samskritam, that is Ramayanam, Mahabharatam, Ashtadasha Puranani, Kavyam, Sutram, Shastram, like that from all those texts, Kavya, Itihasa, Purana, Shastra, from all those texts, Grihasthanam, Dharmartha, Kama, Siddhyartam. Dharma means the right way of doing everything, knowing everything the right way, and knowing what is right, wrong. That's all Dharma. Artha is to make money, wealth, the right way of making wealth, and Kama. Kama means to fulfill all our desires. Kama is not connected with sex. Kama means you want to you want to open a company, you want to flourish your business, you want to go for a car, you want to get married, you want child, you want your children to get admitted in good school, you want to build a house, everything is karma only. So, to understand all these texts, we require bhashyam, a descriptive commentary, karika, a poetic short way of remembering things in a poetic composition, that is called karika. Tippani, some specific notes on specific part of those scriptures. Vyakhyanam. Vyakhyanam means some guru who understood and explains how it is to be interpreted. Then tika. Tika means some notes, especially made by some high skilled scholars. Like that, all these are essential reference to understand this Sanskrit text. So, without this bhashyam, karika, tippani, vyakhyanam, and tika, it will be very difficult to understand Sanskrit text. So, that all these are the Sanskrit text we have the area to study. But in the beginning, we should get some wide exposure of different area, and then uh, after learning the language, we can choose a particular area and we can improve our knowledge in that area. Well, the Sanskrit language, what it is, how it is, and why it is so, like that, we will see in the next part of this lecture. And these are all the baby steps we'll have to take and understand so that we can grasp all that structure of that Sanskrit knowledge, Sanskrit language knowledge, and we can understand the different scriptures like Shastra, Itihasa, Purana, Sutra, like that. I will give some more idea on those things in my next video. Take care. Bye bye.